Christmas has always been a special time of the year for me. I often recall my childhood around this season, hanging up the Christmas lights all over the ceiling of our living room, me and my siblings sleeping next to the lit tree on Christmas Eve, making little lightning bolts of electricity as we would rub our socked feet in our blankets. Listening to gentle Christmas music with the occasional sound of the dried wood popping in the wood stove, all sitting around the living room, reading books or playing games. The aroma of wassail lazily blending with the hints of pine and smoke, making the house smell of Christmas. The fluffy white clumps of snowflakes drifting to the ground, muffling all other sounds. I could go on and on, remembering how wonderful and magical Christmas time was at our household. I was so fortunate to be able to spend approximately 16 years of my life in one place, a lush, beautiful campground in the foothills of the mountains in Aomori, Japan. I cannot express how much this place was home to me. For years after my family left, I would weep bitterly whenever thinking about it or seeing pictures of it. To say that campground left an impression on me is a dire understatement. That place was my home. Just like the tall trees with roots that spread like grasping fingers into the depths of the earth, so also my home had roots going deep through my heart that only revealed their full impact after I left. The ache of wishing I could go back still lingers to this day. I must admit that for about 8 years after we moved, Christmas didn't feel like Christmas to me. In my mind, I was never in a place that felt like home. As kind and welcoming as people were, inviting me into their little corners of heaven during Christmas, I always felt detached. I always felt as if I were in the cold snow, shivering and looking longingly through a frosty window, seeing a small, happy family enjoying the warmth and comfort of hearth and home, and wishing so desperately that I could feel that glow in my heart once more. If you are struggling this season, lacking the feelings of joy and comfort that typically accompany this time of year, be gentle on yourself. Allow yourself to grieve the fact that your Christmas does not look or feel how you truly wish it would. There's nothing wrong with sadness and yes, even disappointment. It's okay to recognize the forlornness you may be feeling in your heart this season. However, although I know how difficult it is to stop wallowing in disappointment, there comes a time when you need to pick up the pieces and begin reconstructing. If you are feeling discouraged this season, I encourage you to do something that reminds you of your home at Christmas time. Perhaps it is listening to a certain album you used to listen to as a child around this holiday. Maybe it's baking cookies, or perhaps going outside to sled. Perhaps you used to pick and cut down your own Christmas tree. My encouragement to you would be to do something that brings warmth to your heart and even possibly a tear to your eye as you remember the past Christmases that felt like home. On top of that, I also encourage you to begin your own Christmas traditions. Perhaps you have moved recently and the place you are in just doesn't feel like home. Start a new tradition. Use unconventional Christmas decorations or make a new Christmas drink or treat, and then repeat what you enjoy doing this year, next year, and the years after that. Soon you will find that these new traditions bring you joy and comfort just like the ones you had when you were a child in your parents' home. In recent years, as my husband and I have been creating our own Christmas traditions and hanging our unique ornaments on the tree and blending our personalities in our decorations during this time of year, my heart has begun to thaw. Christmas is starting to feel more like Christmas again. We each pick a meaningful Christmas album that we used to listen to on repeat and share memories with each other from our childhoods as we make new memories. I still shed tears thinking about my home back in Japan, but the tears are less bitter than they once were. The tears I shed now as I look back at my precious memories are tears of joy, knowing that I had a wonderful childhood with parents who loved me dearly, siblings who constantly got on my nerves but were the best playmates ever, and a home that encompassed all that love. The place that I used to call home is no longer my home, but I will always carry the love for my home in my heart. I will always cherish my memories and share them with those I love, but most of all, I will open my heart to help create new memories for others that they will be able to cherish for the rest of their lives.